Good evening, my friends. It is October 2nd, 2018, 8:23 p.m. Wow, Pennsylvania is getting completely slammed right now. I know I'm showing you a hurricane chart. We have Leslie out there, tropical storm, 70 miles an hour still. We're on day number 10 or 11 of Leslie being a named storm. And this thing could potentially be out here for, no joke, a month, based on some of these charts that I'm reading. We also have a situation brewing in the South Caribbean right now. Could be the remnants of Kirk, or it could be a separate system. It will not be named Kirk. If it does form, it will be named Michael. That is the next name on the list. But this is looking to be pretty significant. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Really quick, for those of you that live in Pennsylvania, the entire state, basically, you see the yellow here, is covered in tornado warnings. I literally just went outside and filmed one of the craziest storms. It was about 15 minutes that I've filmed in a long time. I had to keep coming inside to wipe my camera down. I was just trying to catch a lot of the lightning and stuff like that, and then we just had total flash flooding going on. I live on the side of a valley, which is where our news spot is in northeast Pennsylvania. So we have warnings going on all over the place. We've had storms touch down throughout the day today from Pittsburgh going all the way across to the east side of PA. You can see some of these are as early as 9 minutes ago. Tornadoes confirmed in Pennsylvania as damaging storm strikes the mid-Atlantic. I guess they're talking about Leslie there. A lot of different stuff going on with Pennsylvania right now, which is where I am. So excuse me for jumping topics while I'm posting a hurricane video. So with that said, you can see here, this is the system that is passing through Pennsylvania, currently causing these tornadoes. Now we're talking touchdown tornadoes. These things aren't just hanging up in the air. We are getting damage reported in towns all over Pennsylvania right now. And now with the Gulf, we need to check the Gulf out, guys. There is a brewing situation. Now, we all know that Kirk was heading in that direction, and then it broke up and it lost its name. So this will be a new named system. It's already an invest. And if it isn't an invest by now, they will have an invest name for this very shortly. We could see the action brewing just below Cuba here, a little bit to the bottom right of the screen. You could see it as we get to right about there. We're going to start wanting to watch this area here. This is going to start pulling up in this direction, and the models are... some are showing it coming right through into the Panhandle as a possible Category 1 storm around October 10th. Some of it have it hooking into this area, putting maybe Texas and Louisiana at risk, and then we have a model putting it on the east coast of Florida. So let's take a look at those as we can. So right now we're at 30% chance of cyclone formation over 5 days. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern time update. So about 27 minutes ago we got this update. This jumped up from 20 to 30% over the next 5 days. And if you look here, the European model has this thing going right over Cuba and then possibly strengthening again as it rides the coast of the east side of Florida. Now you can see right here as I back up, we are talking 8 days away, so a lot of room for change here. We have Leslie still sitting here. If you notice something, if I bring this all the way over to October 12th, we still have Leslie in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Getting its name on the 22nd of September, that would give it a good 20 plus days of survival out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which is why I said we could be seeing this storm sitting here for almost a month. That is crazy. Reminds me of Hurricane Jose from last year. But again, back to the topics here. So I'm getting off track. We can see the European model has this storm coming up over Cuba and then to the east side of Florida. If it stays this way, again, we're talking 10 days into the future. Anything after 5 days is a coin toss, basically. But they are fairly confident that the southern part of the Caribbean is going to form some sort of big rainmaker, tropical storm, tropical depression, Category 1 storm in the near future, and I agree with that. This is the Canadian model, which has this thing as a potential tropical storm slash Category 1 as it approaches the Panhandle of Florida. You could see right there hitting at 985 millibars. That actually has gone up in the last hour. That was at about 960 an hour ago. We could check the GFS. The GFS has two different storms coming in around the same time. Let's see, October 2nd, this is current time. As I move forward to the 4th, the 5th, here's the 6th, 7th, 8th, and then by the 9th, we have a storm here, which is what I believe is what the CMC model is showing by the panhandle at that time. But then if we move a little bit further into time, you could see this one curls kind of closer to Texas, back down into the Mexico, Cancun area. And then into the 11th and 12th, we have a separate system that comes up. It looks like it goes right through the Bahamas, through South Florida, and then up the west coast of Florida. So certainly a lot going on in the South Caribbean right now. Now, just to give you guys a reminder of where we are in this season, all you have to do is go to Wikipedia and type in 2018 hurricane season. It tells you what we have gone through and what we have left as far as names. So we will not see a Kirk anymore because Kirk has been used. I'm trying to find the page I had up before, which I can't seem to find. What else is new? So anyway, here we go. We had Kirk and Leslie, which is a current storm right now. The next storm is Michael. So we will not see Kirk reform. Kirk broke up enough to where it is no longer going to be a named storm. It could be possible remnants of Kirk that are causing some of that action in the South Caribbean, but it will be a separate named storm. Now, if this storm does get named, if it becomes a tropical storm, it will be Michael, unless something else happens out here in the Atlantic Ocean. Again, while we're watching Leslie. So this is a warning for the residents of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. It looks like there's going to be some action coming your way very soon, as early as October. Let's see right here. This is the 8th. Even the 7th, we start seeing some of those bands coming up to the Keys of Florida. If this thing decides to make a northern shot like it's showing on a lot of these models that we're looking at. Let's see if we can get one more view of this one. If I back it up, you could see it's very dark right here, which is a very strong storm, lots of precipitation in there, and it breaks up a little bit, and then it begins to just reform as we get to those last couple frames there. But you could see the entire area is just full of active moisture and storms, and there are storms that are about to hit or have just come off the east side or west side of Florida. I'm sorry, they're coming south down towards the Keys, actually, which is interesting. So you can see there is some sort of rotation going on in the Gulf, which we need to look out for. Also, if you guys remember, Caroline sent me this. She remembered it from 2015. That asteroid, or yes, it is an asteroid, the zombie asteroid that passed by Earth in 2015. It came, they say it came close, but of course, millions of miles away is not close at all. It is making another pass, and now look what they've done to this thing this year. This is their new version of it. This is obviously an animated picture of what they believe this thing looks like, giving it a little bit of a Halloween look. Because we are close to Halloween. It's expected to pass by Earth around November 11th, so it will be after Halloween. But nonetheless, very interesting to see this asteroid 2 times within a 3-4 year period. I guess that's its orbit. But before 2015, I'd never heard of this, so it could be something that has just been caught up in the orbit of our solar system. Who knows exactly where this thing came from? But this year, 2015 TB145, that's the official name of this, is projected to fly by November 11th. So that will be 11/11. Pretty interesting date there. But at much further distance than in 2015, and despite the spooky name, scientists say the asteroid will not pose any threat to life on Earth. It will pass by a distance of about 24 million miles, which NASA says is about a quarter of a distance between the Earth and the Sun. So, yes, that is pretty far away. I don't even know if we'll be able to see this thing unless you have a pretty good telescope and some very clear nights high up on mountains where there's no light pollution. So that is just something to look forward to for those astronomers out there. I do like this graphic, actually. Whoever did that did a very good job. But again, for those of you in Pennsylvania, my neighbors, please understand there is a tornado situation going on. This will continue throughout the night. It's been going on all day. It's been moving basically from the west side of PA, and now it's finally peaking here on the east side, which is what I'm getting right now. Again, I live on one side of a valley, so I'm not really prone to tornadoes, at least when it comes to the normal rules of weather. But then again, a lot of those rules have been broken lately, so I'm definitely on alert, as is Caroline. So we have a lot of updating to do here. Now, if there's any more touchdowns as far as tornadoes go in PA, I will jump right back on here and I will show you guys. But this website here, basically just go to Google and type in Pennsylvania tornadoes, and it will bring you right to this page. This is the actual um, tornado watch they put out. I got this on my cell phone. So tornado watch 392 remains valid until 11 p.m. This evening, and then it gives you the updated areas. So they're saying, your basic necessities for tornado watching. Any dark clouds that you see that are rotating, take shelter immediately. Things of that nature. All that info can be found here. Don't want to make this too long, but main concern right now, we need to watch the South Caribbean. We need to keep an eye on Leslie, as it is ping-ponging back and forth in the Atlantic Ocean based on wherever those high pressures are. So Leslie is up in the air at the moment. People have been asking me a lot if Leslie is a threat to the U.S. As of what the models are showing right now, no, it's not. But at the same time, one day can change absolutely anything, and this thing could make a westward movement. So we need to keep an eye on it. We're not really going to have a choice. This thing's going to be out there for another 20 days, give or take. So it may be looking at a month-long storm in Leslie just sitting out there as we go through the next letters in our 2018 Atlantic hurricane season alphabet, which is letter M. Once again, if this does form into a tropical storm, it will be Michael. So a lot to look out for in the next 7 days, guys. I'll let you go with that. Everyone stay safe, especially in Pennsylvania. Lots of crazy stuff going on. And then, of course, those of you that live in Arizona and Southern California and Nevada and areas like that, Rosa is still hitting your area currently. So you could see here flash flood warnings all the way from Arizona. We got Southern California in there. We got parts of Utah, Colorado, Nevada, and obviously we could see here Utah as well. So Rosa has made its way far enough into the U.S. to where it's affecting basically mid-level states now. Now, what's going to happen is the rest of Rosa is going to get caught up in the jet stream and brought to the east. So we're going to expect Rosa to also start affecting mid-east states, possibly even get to the Great Lakes and then to the northeast, as our jet stream tends to bring everything in that direction, all while watching the Caribbean and the Atlantic. All right, that's it, guys. Everyone have a great night. Stay safe, and I'll be back with an update as needed. Talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.